Another strange visit. To the void? Or somewhere else?
The void, but somehow different this time.
Surprised I can pull you into this place? The outsider marked me long ago. I made you flee your precious tower and turned your father into cold stone. How difficult for you. But when I was young, sweet Jessamine and I were close as sisters, sharing a secret. Emperor Kaldwin had another daughter, born in shame to a kitchen maid.
Am I dreaming? If not, how is Delilah doing this?
Who knows exactly how she wields the powers of the void? Everyone marked by the outsider gets different powers.
I told you, when you're older, perhaps next year.
You said that last year. Jessamine is younger than me, and she's a court every day.
Business, well, it's complicated. We'll understand someday.
What did I do? I'll be good. I swear.
Next year, I promise.
You'd be a fool if you believe everything you see here, but shards of truth in everything.
During the day, Jessamine and I played games in the tower. But at night, I'd go back to the servants' quarters to cockroaches and thin gruel. Emperor Daddy would visit and tell me if I was good. Next year, I'd be old enough to come to court to be a princess. Then one day, pretty Jessamine broke something worth a fortune, and the spy master caught us. She claimed I did it, and he whipped me in the garden house until I bled. My mother lost her kitchen job, and that night we were out on the streets with no place to sleep.
I didn't break it.
Would you like to tell me who did?
We were just playing.
Young lady Jessamine, what is your account?
It was her. Delilah's lie. She broke it.
When Delilah is the one telling the story, it's not surprising that it all comes out very sympathetic for her. And listening to her, believing her, is, I think, a mistake.
Mother and I saw the nastiest parts of Dunwall, ending up in debtor's prison. Jessamine died quick on an assassin's blade, but my mother lingered for weeks after a fat guard broke her jaw. They threw me out when she died. I looked up at the lights of Dunwall Tower and swore revenge. Washing bed sheets in a brothel, I painted on the side, until Anton Sokolov took me as a student. That's the polite word for it. I was crafty even before the outsider marked me, and survived the worst the Empire could offer. Now it's your turn.
My mother's sick. She needs help.
Your mother kicked off while you were out begging. She's another bag of bones now, girl.
What? No!
Her sentence is served and she'll be tossed out with the others. You can't stay here anymore.
But I think I'd be equally foolish to dismiss all this as lies.
It's hard to know whether my dear old aunt is telling the truth or not. When I saw what they'd done to Anton Sokolov, I wanted to hurt everyone who'd helped Delilah and the Duke of Serkonos pull off their coup. Sokolov is the man who made whale oil into a weapon, who turned back the plague, and now he's barely able to speak. The hands that painted the most powerful men and women of our time shake too badly to hold a spoon. When he does talk, he's going to give me a name. The next step along the way to Delilah Abel, then Delilah herself. A name. That's all I need.
I'm with you, even in the void. If only I could do more.
Mother? That wasn't a dream, was it?
Am I to blame for Delilah's bitterness?
All this is her doing, and she'll die for it.
Our decisions have weight. I feel my time drawing to an end. Soon.
Another log in my journal. Jindosh is dead. Delilah in the void. How do I sort the truth from the lies? In the end, it doesn't matter. Her motivations, backgrounds, reason for doing what she's doing doesn't matter. I won't let her stand in my way. I won't let her get away with what she's done. She will die. I will free Corvo. And I will retake my throne. Let's go have a talk with Sokolov. That's...
Jindosh wanted me to help him with a rather complicated problem. It would have enabled him to make his clockwork soldiers at a fraction of the cost. Clever man.
Not clever enough. What's wrong with people like that?
A restless mind and an empty heart, perhaps. Jindosh would have snuffed me out as soon as he got bored. I appreciate what Emily did for me, freeing me from that place.
I searched for you, Anton. I would have found you.
I knew you'd try, Megan. They kept me going after they gave me to Jindosh.
Either way, you're back now. I'm glad.
Anton, you've had 3 days to rest. Tell me how to kill Delilah.
They tortured him. His body is covered with bruises.
Delilah has the throne, and my father is... missing. This is Anton Sokolov, the greatest mind in the Empire.
No, Emily. Megan is right. I can make electricity move from one side of the room to the other, but Delilah is beyond my understanding. When I came to Serkonos, I meant to leave everything behind. But when the assassination started, I couldn't ignore it. By the time Megan and I connected the murders to the Duke, it was too late. The Crown Killer came for me. It kept me alive from my knowledge, but I saw things. Jindosh often had a visitor, Brianna Ashworth.
She's the curator of the Royal Conservatory.
Yes, Ashworth is dangerous, as obsessed with the occult as Delilah. Apparently, she's working on a device called the Oraculum.
There's more to her than either of you know.
If Ashworth is one of Delilah's lieutenants, I need to eliminate her. Who knows what this device is capable of, or what she's up to.
We have our next target. And our next destination.
Wake me when Karnaca starts to burn. What a painting that will make.
It'll be good to see the Royal Conservatory, even if it's closed to the public.
Temporary closure.
One of the more elaborate structures in Karnaca, closed to the public. More of the Duke's questionable rulership.
Meet me at the skiff when you want to set out for the Royal Conservatory.
Let's go talk to Hypatia. Before we go.
For a man of his age, Sokolov's making better progress than I would have expected.
Good to see you're still with us. Thank you for helping, Anton.
Sokolov's not the only one making a rapid recovery. I'll be good enough to leave soon. There's a lot to do. Of course, unless the Duke falls, he'll undo my best efforts here.
Then we'll have to make sure Duke Luca Abel doesn't overstay his welcome.
Karnaca's key leaders are flawed for certain. After all this is settled with the Duke, and the time of the coup has passed, whichever ones are left standing could change things here. Consider that, as you come face to face with the Duke's remaining associates.
Some of them have made their beds, Alexandria.
Welcome back to the city. Well, Alexandria, not all of them deserve to live. The Duke doesn't. Delilah doesn't. Jindosh didn't. We'll see about this Ashworth woman. I think we're good to go. Where's Megan? Brianna Ashworth is my next target.
We'll take the skiff. I don't want to bring the dreadful whale any closer than we have to. There is a small dock in Syria Gardens, close to the conservatory. That's as far as I can take you. Ready to go?
Ready?
Yes, let's go.
There'll be a Grand Guard presence outside the Royal Conservatory. Inside, be prepared for anything. Ashworth runs with an eclectic crowd. They'll be the real danger.
Someday I'd like to know more about how you met Ashworth.
I know you would. Trust me. Ashworth is important to Delilah. Which brings up something else. You might be able to exploit the Abbey of the Everyman in removing Ashworth from play. Turns out the Vice Overseer in Karnaca has been watching Ashworth from a hidden outpost near the Royal Conservatory. Check it out first if you want more options. Remember, if she's still working with Delilah, Ashworth is a grave threat.
Thanks, Megan. See you soon.
An interesting possibility. Turning my enemies against each other is always nice. Saves me a lot of the work. Vice Overseer burn. So there'll be lots of Grand Guard presence here. I'm just gonna start the mission already sneaking. Being careful. Doesn't seem like there's much neutral zone here.
I don't get it. When I went to Dunwall, I brought back a river cross shark to use as an ashtray. Because it reminds me of good times. But what's the point of buying wood from a country you never visited?
Lady Saoirse has money, so she gets the wood she wants.
That's what rich people do. They buy things with no real reason.
That weren't no blue-jawed hagfish. River crust is more likely.
Right, already guards up here.
The reason I did it, well, I can't really tell you right now, but stick around eventually and you'll find out.
I think I can move around this side.
Hard times. Gotta be on the lookout.
Up here for the Overseer. outpost, I guess we call it. Likely they only have an apartment. Locked. There we go. So one person in there. Looks like only one at least. See if I can go up and around and like drop down onto a balcony or something.
I'm hungry.
Them taken care of without a trace. After dealing with the clockwork soldiers, these guards don't really pose much of a threat. Suppose we can drop down here, the open window. Overseer. That's expected, I suppose. It's a bad time to sleep, my friend. Now you can sleep forever. Let's search this place for any information they needed. Continue to compile information on Brianna Ashworth. Liam Byrne. That was Overseer Ogburn I just killed.
Brianna Ashworth, curator of the Royal Conservatory. For a while I believed Ashworth had some connection to the occult in Karnaca. Something is happening that I don't understand. The Overseers are the forward face of the Abbey, but equally important are our sisters from the Oracular Order. To be direct, I suspect something is wrong within their sect. Subtle changes to the types of proclamations they've been making. Small but troubling deviations from tradition. But publicly saying anything along those lines will get me accused of heresy by my rivals within the Abbey. Is it possible that Ashworth has infiltrated the Oracular Order?
So Vice Overseer Byrne thinks Ashworth is interfering with the Oracular Order. If true, it's another reason she has to be eliminated.
On the Oracular Order, the Blind Sisters. So the sisters are basically the female version of the Overseers. They are both separate. All Overseers are male, all the Oracular Orders are sisters. So her office is on the 3rd floor. Okay. There's an elevator I can take. Good to know for the future. Oh, I'm not at full health. I have to eat some food. And I can drink some water as well. You see, it sort of increases the amount of mana I'll regenerate after a bit. Just keep clicking. Should be enough. And find a little bit of food to hit full. Pistol under the pillow. Good idea. You never know who's gonna sneak up on you. We're full on grenades again. Well, we might need them once we actually get inside the conservatory, especially if, like Megan said, that's where the real danger is. I suppose let's go there.